जा रहे हैं। टीम्स बंद करवा दिया तुमने। बोलो। राशि शेयर का ऑप्शन कहाँ पे होता है? शेयर का ऑप्शन कहाँ पे होता है? ये
नहीं, books you don't have permission.
क्या है? क्या करूँ, रहने दो ऐसे ही। Hello everyone, this is Pragya Pandey. I am giving this session today related to automatic deployment of Android and iOS application. So here we start. I'm sharing my screen. Yeah. So today we will learn about automatic deployment using Android and iOS, whether you are React Native developer or Flutter developer or Ionic developer, you can use Fastlane to deploy automatically your applications on Play Store and App Store both. So, what is Fastlane? Fastlane is basically a command line tool which helps you automate the tasks like building, signing, versioning, or deploying. Building means you have some source code in your project, right? So, if you want to convert if you want to deploy it on Play Store or App Store, you need to convert it in an like APK or app. So it will create this task automatically using Fastlane. And signing is basically when whether you get the certification for that you are a legitimate developer to deploy this application or not. And versioning is basically at first you deploy your application with version first, and if you have some features changes or anything else in your code and you want uh, Play Store or App Store, so you can change the version to deploy it. And last is deployment. So we all know what is the deployment for an application and why we use Fastlane is basically reduce the time, or like we spend so much time in doing it manually, so we need to do repetitive changes or repetitive steps again and again while doing it manually on Play Store or whether it is App Store. So it saves time, it saves human errors, or CI/CD will pipeline will be easy, the setup of CI/CD, and we can more focus on building, not deploying. So this is the basic things related to Fastlane. What Fastlane do is Fastlane. So for I'm starting with Android first. Use some packages or SDKs to deploy the application on Play Store or yeah. If you are building an application, so you also debug the application. Android Studio in your you should have the Android Studio and the SDK in your application in your project or in your system. So first thing we need Android Studio and SDK. So all I think you all know that what is Android Studio, but I will describe it a little bit. Android Studio and the SDK is a IDE, like integration development environment, where we can develop the application. So it will give us some to create an app APK. And the other thing is we need Node.js. If you are using Ionic, so you will need Ionic CLI, or if you are using React Native, you will need. So it's based on your development front end. And third thing which is needed is Ruby, because Fastlane is built in Ruby, so we need to install Ruby in Android. But in iOS we have Ruby, so we don't have to install in iOS, but we need to install it in. Install Ruby according to your process of your packages. So for I can show you my project. This is my project which is built in Ionic. So I'll show you the package.json file. Mm, I have the versions of Angular is like 15. approximate 15th version of Angular. So I have installed the Ruby from Ruby installer. I have installed the version 3.1.4. You can install it from here for Windows, and we can select versions also. So I have selected the version Ruby installer of 3.1.4 64-bit. So after installing Ruby, we just need to make sure that it have been installed in our application or not. So if we can find it using Ruby hyphen version, so we can find it like that. And after that, we will install the fast. So we can just run this command ruby install gem install fastlane. We can install fastlane. So after that, I have installed the Fastlane, so we don't waste time here in installing it, because I have the Fastlane in my in my system or application. So we need to initiate the Fastlane first in our project. So I will go into the platform folder, and here we can run the command to project, which is Fastlane init.